We're back, and we have another 25 minutes with you guys. Thrilled to see you again. Thank you, chat, for your support and for your contributions to the chaos, and for your incredible donations. Thank you so much for participating with us. We're gonna finish up our block with a game of Mutually Assured Deduction, which we just described. I'll reiterate real quick, just in case this gets split up in VODs. Basically, Philip is playing orange, I'm playing blue. We take turns each placing any kind of standard F puzzles constraint that is not a global constraint into only our part of the grid. Whoever manages to get the other person's part of the grid to resolve uniquely first without resolving their own part of the grid wins. And that's the rules. It's pretty simple. I'm going to be tracking the moves. We're also each going to have a private grid where we're kind of theorizing on our own moves. You're not going to see that. You're just going to see the grid that has our actual settled moves on it.
Yep. And Clover, I think we're going to actually have to change the regions. It occurred to me after I suggested them. The way it is right now, if I never place a clue in column 1 or column 2, you have no way of disambiguating them.
Oh, yeah, because we're not doing outside clues?
Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, we did allow outside clues in the game with Sam, and they had to be, like, outside of your section.
Okay, we could do that if we're...
So I can place, like, little killers, but they have to be on the border of blue.
Okay, that would be
fine. Does that work for you? So I'll go ahead and set us up to have outside clues here.
Okay.
I'm just putting some cosmetic text outside the grid so that we can kind of keep it the same size. Cool. Sweet. Okay, so we're allowed to place outside clues on the outside only of your section. Yep. And Philip, I'm going to do you the courtesy of allowing you to make the. Should we leave auto candidates on here? Does that make sense?
Yeah, we could.
Okay. So I'm gonna do you the courtesy of allowing you to make the first move. And to be clear, chat, this is roughly like the 4th game of this that has ever been successfully played. Well, I mean, successfully might be a bit of a strong word since we haven't made it to make the first move yet, but I don't think either of us has a strategy. I don't think there's a meta. I'd be interested in seeing more people play this, but I genuinely don't know where this is going to go.
All right.
And I'm eager to find out.
Now, for outside clues, if I were to place a little killer, presumably I could put it starting in row 1, column 5 and going down to the right? Can I put it in starting in row 1, column 6?
Let's just make an executive call and say that as long as in the standard F puzzles presentation, the number ends up adjacent to your area, you're good.
Okay.
So like you would be
totally affect your
part
of the grid as long as the clue itself is in my part of the grid.
Yes. So yeah, it's not about what it's affecting. It's just physically where is the number located.
Okay, that seems reasonable.
I'm going to regret agreeing to this.
All right, so I'm putting a 35, starting in row 1, column 6, and going down to the right.
Okay, so I am adding that now. All right, so let's think. Is there something I can do? I mean, my question is whether I want to focus on protecting myself or whether I want to be like aggressive. So the first time I ever tried to play this, I decided to try to protect myself and just kind of create like a very difficult to assail deadly pattern in my grid. I don't know if that was the right move because I did lose that game.
And the reason this is called Mutually Assured Deduction is in the process of attacking in that original collab, I end up forcing my own. So
tragic. Genuinely one of the greatest tragedies of Sudoku history. Right up there with the time that guy who Wasn't there some like cheating scandal at the World Sudoku Championship like many years ago?
Oh yeah. I remember seeing a video about that.
Where the guy got like very dramatically found out he had like an earpiece and people were solving the Sudoku for him.
Right.
That's the closest thing to like a genuine like tragic Sudoku scandal I can come up with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Eugene, that's right.
Yeah. Now, can I place a clue? Oh, geez. Apparently the answer is no because F puzzles won't let me. I was wondering if I could place a clue kind of over top of... Oh, I can't because... Okay. Ignore me. I'm actually going to mirror that move, and I know it's kind of unfun, but I actually don't want you to kind of get the tempo advantage from... That's not going to work. Why does that break? Oh, I see why that... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Philip, who gave you permission to be that smart? I hate you so much right now. That is... So guys, chat, like basically I wanted to mirror that move basically because that's like, I think the strongest position in this grid layout. But I can't because by placing 9s there and there, I would have to place a 9 in row 5, column 5, which I can't because we already placed a 5 there. So I am forced to make a slightly weaker move than Philip no matter what. I'm still going to take the position.
I promise I didn't think about that when I put the 5.
But now you have, and you're probably... I mean, you deserve to pat yourself on the back for it. Okay, so that's my move. I've got a 34.
Okay. Let's see.
Ooh, Melrogue's giving me a good idea that I'm not going to relay to you, Philip, just in case you're not reading the chat.
I don't like it already. I'm going to switch back to the chat in a minute, though.
Oh, okay, so... Glipperl, I'm very tired. I want to give you some props for being very smart, too. Glipperl just let me know that... and I
wasn't going to say anything.
I would normally have caught that, but I'm...
That's what I thought you meant by mirroring it until you said...
Yep.
You couldn't do it.
It's not what I meant at all. I just meant making the same move. But I
think I just want to make that a 4. Yeah.
All right. So we've done a 4
sandwich.
A 4 sandwich clue. All right. So I'm going to place that on our tracking grid. Right there?
Yep.
Okay. And what have I got? Okay. Oh, well. Interesting. So I want to place a skyscraper. And I think I might have some opportunities to place one somewhere where it affects his side of the grid more than mine, thanks to this stuff that's kind of already resolved and is kind of like stuck. This game is hard, Philip. I didn't remember it being this hard.
I feel like when you and Sam and Kodak played, it was just givens. It was different with 3 players anyway. But
yeah, and with 3 players, there's not really any way to keep one player from getting the advantage, I don't think.
Yeah.
Because somebody's going to end up with like better borders than somebody else, essentially. Let's see what we've got. I'm just kind of looking for inspiration here, to be honest. All right,
Chad, I'm going to do my best to figure out a way to place a German Whispers entirely on my side that somehow does something on her side. Because I think that would be...
Truly, you're a monster. All right, I am going to try to... Like, the reason I'm struggling, I feel like, is because I don't have any digits on your side to kind of, like, build off of. So I am going to give myself a digit there. I don't know if I'm going to regret this.
Interesting.
And yeah, I should probably check on donos because I've got people hyping up some donos in the chat that I haven't seen. So
I'm tired enough that I couldn't figure out where the consecutive dots were. They're not called consecutive
yeah,
dots.
they're called difference.
And I know that, and I would have known exactly where they were if I hadn't updated puzzles today.
Yeah, we've got a dono from STEAM Education Research LLC, $50 donation with a message of registration waiver for students and unwaged attendees. That's exciting. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it.
I'm totally just going to go little killer again.
I think that's probably the single most powerful clue type, to be honest. Like, I'm almost resisting using it, but
I'll do some other stuff later. That's fine.
Oh, I just had an idea, though. Pretty solid one, I think.
I put a 10 next to your 34.
Okay. Oh, that's actually the position that I was about to take, except on the top. So we've got Philip going 10 here. And I'm going to go, I have to do a little bit of mental math real quick, because I'm going to take this position, and I'm going to go 15 plus 9 is 24, plus 7 plus 9 is 24, plus 16 is 40. Ooh, that got me pretty good, too. I don't hate it, though. I mean, I'm gonna keep it.
Read a lot.
It did. I mean, I think you still have the stronger position here, but I don't hate that as much as I might have.
I want to do something other than little killer.
I think my my little difference dot did some work for me, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, bless that little guy.
I want to see what that does. Yeah, that'll do.
All right, what do you got for me? Let's take a look.
X in row 4.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so Philip has placed this. Okay, that did come out worse for me than for you, but it did get you pretty good. Let's see. I still want to find a way to get like a skyscraper in there. I'm just not like quite seeing the opportunity because
so
I have
many nines forced.
Yeah, I have such big digits on my side that like I'm not sure there's any way like anything coming from my side of the grid I think would necessarily only force, if anything, small digits for me.
Yeah, it hits an 8 or 9 everywhere.
Yeah, so I have a thought. What would I like to do here? So I think I'm gonna go sandwich. And I want to see if I can leave myself with just... Okay, I gotta do some mental math again. This is a very math-heavy game. What I want to do is see if I can leave myself with just a 2-3 pair in these two cells. So what number do I need for a sandwich to make that happen? So that would be 35 minus 5 is 30. Okay, that didn't quite resolve how I wanted it to, but in the spirit of not cheating, I'm gonna leave that. Okay.
Gotta get after your 2 3s somehow.
Go ahead. Try me. I've got it pretty well fortified over there.
I mean, obviously I can hit it with a little killer, but that's lame.
We should have just like a... Actually, I seem to remember it being proposed at one point, there being like a limit on the number of any particular constraint you got to use. Like you only got to use 2 LKs in total.
Okay.
I seem to remember that coming up at some point, possibly because of this exact situation.
Since we've already got 2, let's say the limit is 3 on any given
Perfect.
type.
One more.
That'll make me not waste it yet.
Yeah, Athie, I agree that the difference dot here is the MVP. I mean, look at that little guy go. Yeah, so the max is 3 of anything in particular. And then even if you can't resolve the grid otherwise, tough. Melrog says clues could have different point buy values. That's kind of fascinating.
I kind of want to continue our trend of border dots.
Okay.
So I kind of like that.
Little border skirmish situation going on.
Let's put a ratio right there. Oh, it does the whole column. That's funny.
Oh, geez, that's funny. Okay, so good. Your ratio, because they can't actually see what you did just yet. Philip has placed a ratio dot there. Nope, not there.
Down 1.
My aim is very bad. Definitely mutually assured destruction there. Somebody explain the goal to Jim. He missed the intro. And I'm focusing way too hard to do it myself now. Okay.
The goal is to make sure that there are digits in all of the blue cells.
Wait. Yeah, not what he said. You've left me with like no good positions for sandwich, really. I guess we could go, because I want to go sandwich again. I want to kind of use my powerful stuff here. And sandwich, I think, is like pretty strong. Bam. There's my move. I don't like that I'm like running out of outside clues that I'm allowed to place, though. Because as much as I love a good difference dot, I have this just horror that Philip is going to manage to like engineer himself into a deadly pattern that I can't reach without outside clues. I gotta save an LK, basically, is what I have to do. Like that would be the thinking ahead move here.
What other clue could I use here?
Nobody tell him. I actually see a really, really good move for you, but I'm not going to tell you what it is, obviously. Wow, at some point in the last 2 hours, WorldPan got me coffee. Or else I just manifested coffee.
Alright, I think I'm going to put a sandwich clue somewhere. Need to decide where, though.
Yeah, someone is suggesting that reverse X sums would be OP in this game. I agree. I do not think that should be allowed. As much as I love that constraint.
Reverse X sums?
Yeah, like X sums where the first index is like the sum. What would you do?
I need to turn off something real quick. Okay, you didn't see that.
Oh, did you just look at the one? Oh, Philip, you cheaty Pete. That's
I didn't
not fair.
look. I turned it off before I actually saw anything.
Good. I'm very glad you caught that.
I saw a green digit on my side.
The first digit still tells you the number of cells you're indexing, but the actual sum is on the opposite side.
So yeah, that did way more than I was expecting it to, but I'm sticking.
Oh my god. Okay. 24 sandwich. Right here. That is a sandwich, right?
Yeah.
Whew, lordy. Okay. What do we got here? Oh man. Oh man. Okay. This might destroy me too. Like this might be my last move. But I gotta go for it, guys. 15, 21, 27, 33, or 27, 31. This doesn't work. All right, give me a second. What I'm trying to do, Philip, is I'm trying to maximize that. So I promise I'm just going to go until I find what the actual max is.
That's fine.
Okay. So I promise I'll just go down by one, and when I hit one that is a maximum, I'm keeping it.
I like that you don't know what this is going to do, so that makes it more exciting.
I have an idea of what I want it to do, but I am surprised.
Way lower than you expect.
Oh no! Okay, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. Okay. Anyways,
33, huh?
I was really hoping that I could go to like 36 with that, and I thought I knew what it was gonna do. Miko's saying the max is actually 39, and I was just screwing it. So thanks, Miko.
Is it really?
Apparently, and it probably would have gotten me the win too.
No, 39 doesn't work.
Yeah, there is like so much tension on this now. This is ridiculous. I mean, Philip probably has a winning move. The question is just, does Philip know what it is?
Yeah, can Philip figure out what it is? It's
and this
probably
game
just going to resolve both sides. That's the thing.
And that's why it's mutually assured.
Yeah.
Ties are inevitable. Practical maximum, Miko. What does that mean? It's Sudoku. Nothing we do here is practical. Unless you're that one guy who got really mad about like a puzzle that used an artificially contrived. I think there was some guy who was like really mad about a Shy Classic because it used like an artificially contrived move instead of like a naturally occurring one. Do you remember that, Philip?
It sounds vaguely familiar.
It was in the comments on like a CTC video where they did one of Shy's like really novel classics, and somebody tried to like get into a slap fight with them in the video comments about the move needed here is artificial and contrived. Yeah, I don't know, Iggy. I don't know what that means. It cracked me up pretty hard, the idea that they're naturally occurring Sudoku, though. Yes, the impractical maximum, Glibroll. I appreciate that. Yeah, a little shout out for Sudoku Dark Arts.
Yeah, we're due number 3, I think. I don't know if that's ever happening.
It'd be pretty cool if it did. As long as you have more ideas about uniqueness, I hope they keep coming.
Oh no.
Well, I guess only 2 was uniqueness. 1 was just classic.
Yeah, I didn't contribute very much to the uniqueness one.
It was a pretty strong pack. I really enjoyed it. You had some good ones in there though. A few, but good.
I think 2. I think I had 2 in there.
Yeah, and they were good ones. They were memorable. Yeah, if any of you have not, well, I'm sure many of you have not solved the Sudoku packs. They were very, very good. You should check them out. Even though classic Sudoku is not necessarily my personal cup of tea, those packs are extremely impressive. All right, we're technically
I
at
think
2
this is
minutes, Philip.
resolving the grid, probably.
Okay. We'll call it a tie
So
then.
I'm gonna say why I'm doing what I'm
Yeah.
doing. If this were a 5,
Okay. So
I
Philip is on this
believe
cell.
if this were a 5, this would be 7, 3, and that would give us 4, 6 here, right?
Okay.
And it would be 5 here, 7 here, which would give us 4, 6 here as well.
Okay.
So I can't do that.
Yeah.
I have to make this a 6.
Yeah.
And I think the only way I can make it a 6 is as a sandwich.
Okay.
With a 10 here. And it solves.
Does not surprise me, also does not disappoint me.
No.
I honestly think there could not have been a better way for that to end. It's a tie.
All right, now we have to try and solve this on stream. No, we're out of time.
Yeah, we're out of
Somebody
time,
else
guys.
has to do it.
I want to take about 2 minutes and give a couple of real quick shout outs to folks who have some personal projects who also contributed puzzles. So I'm going to pull that up and I'm going to take literally probably 3 minutes, Ranks, to just talk. And then we will bounce and we will go over to the break screen. But hang tight for 1 second because I really want to tell you guys about some of the projects being done by folks who contributed puzzles to us. So we have a block coming up where we have some speed solvers who are going to be solving a lot of puzzles. So one thing I had to do as part of planning this was soliciting a lot of relatively easy puzzles. And so I want to give some thank yous to 99% Sneaky, Crusader 175, who is on YouTube as Crusader Puzzle, who does solve videos himself, Craig Casper, Demono, who is also one of our sponsors, James Sinclair, who is also one of our sponsors and who you have already seen on stream, Ken Glue, Malrog, who we've already hyped up a little bit, MicroStudy contributed puzzles and just good advice in general, and I believe is also one of our mods in the chat. MicroStudy asked me to hype up their bite-sized bootlegs pack available in the Sudoku recommendations channel on the CTC Discord. Rockrat Zero contributed puzzles. He also has multiple free packs of recent Sudoku available on Discord, or you can email him at rockrat0@gmail.com. The Luke Skywalker 2 and the T-Rex. T-Rex has a classic Sudoku series on the CTC server called T's Classroom that is fantastic, and you should all check it out. I think that, and also Philip, Bill, and I are all on Patreon. I'm Sudoku Clover, Philip is Sudoku Theory, and Bill is WWM Sudoku. Yeah, and we'll give some more shout outs later on, but I just want to give a little bit of appreciation to you guys while I have the floor. And with that, let's go ahead and, if Philip, do you have anything else?
I have something.
Please.
Lots of appreciation to Clover for organizing this whole live stream. And
thank you.
And all of the people that are involved.
It is a privilege and a pleasure.
So far, and it will continue to be awesome. So
heck yeah, let's keep making it awesome. All right, and thank you, Ranks, for taking care of us for tech for this block. Go ahead and take us over to a break.